Andy, a client is looking for a single family home in a secure neighborhood. They want a good school system and they want easy access to amenities, but are limited to a $400 budget. How would you guide them in their search?
I would refer them out.
Referred.
Next question. Next question. No, 400,000, believe it or not, is pretty hard to hit right now. When you want a secure neighborhood, I guess that is by definition something that would be subjective to the buyer. We all have a different opinion of what secure is, right? Like Nick's hanging out in sketchy neighborhoods and doesn't care and gets his necklace stolen and is still drinking beers with his buddies versus somebody else might say, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. And they'd leave the area immediately. So to me, good schools, there's great school districts all over the state of Minnesota. There's also some wonderful charter schools. There's bad and good. So if you take a look at some of these surrounding charter schools, it's, sometimes they're individualized into certain areas of study. If it's science, if it's, like we have Athlos over by here in Brooklyn Park, where it's a big academy for it says athletics. There's different themes there. So you could find a good school and you could actually, find a nice area. 400,000 is the challenge there, Chris. I think if that said 600, it'd be easy. 400 is tricky.
I think, Andy, you had a perfect thing you said, and you asked about a secure neighborhood and what that means to them. And that is so true. I mean, a gated entrance. I mean, if it's a single family home, you're not getting, a guard at the front door of your condominium complex. So what is it? And what does that mean? Is it just crime in the area? You want to know about that. We have to identify that first. And then when we're talking about that $400,000 budget, that's going to really kind of push where we go. I mean, we might have to move you out to Belle Plaine or to Forest Lake or to Champlin. I mean, get way out there.
I don't know if they can hit their budget at 400 in Champlin anymore. Yeah, it's tough.
I know. That was a joke. Which one? Centerville. How about Centerville?
Centerville schools, man, they draw in some big money. There are homes.
How about Eveleth?
No problem.
Okay. I just had to keep going up.
No, I think you'd be okay in Centerville too. Centerville, Lino, there's a lot of affordable houses in there around 400, real close to that number anyway, as long as you're not right at 400.
Yeah, I would definitely be looking. I mean, that 400,000 probably is the thing that's not going to switch for them. And what is a good school system? Andy's right. In Minnesota, we have a school choice now. So your 8,000 travels with you wherever you're going. And so these schools could become more of a business. I mean, they have to be to stay in business. Young families looking for a home in an up-and-coming neighborhood. What is an up-and-coming neighborhood? Explain the risks and benefits of buying an area that is still gentrifying.
Like you look at some areas like down on Washington Avenue where that was industrious, kind of a business-orientated area. And then they started converting some of these warehouse and old factory buildings into condominiums and businesses and restaurants and became kind of a pocket.
To kind of play off what Andy just said, you're looking at something and trying to figure out, hey, is this going to end up being something that people are going to buy into? Because if they don't, and you're in the middle of a bunch of factories because the first thing didn't turn out well, I mean, you're not going to do very good on that place. So, and sometimes it's moving out of town. Typically when rates go down and markets go up, people start to kind of venture out a little more. Andy's done a ton of building in, is it Lino Lake, Sandy?
Yeah, Lino Lake, Centerville.
It's kind of taking a chance as you're moving out there. And at the beginning, maybe 5-6 years ago, there's development land where he's trying to get